Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone had a fantastic day. Today is Tuesday. We're going to take a look at obviously the markets. The markets were actually up today. They were all in the green. Bitcoin was down along with Ethereum, and so were the miners. So we'll take a look at the miners as well. We'll see what's going on there. I think there were 2 or 3 that were up today, but the rest were down. We'll also take a look at Mawson. They had zero growth for September. They provided their September production update. We'll look at that as well. And as always, not financial advice. You guys know the drill here. I'm investing in the following coins and companies, full disclosure. And if you enjoy this type of content, please hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. So let's get into the markets here. S&P 500 was up today 1.14%. The Dow Jones was up 1.12%. NASDAQ was up 0.77%. So we've had a pretty good day here in the markets. They did start out quite higher, but they did fall down, it looks like, during the day. If we look at the 1-hour chart here on the NASDAQ, we can see here that it did start up higher, it looks like, and from where it was yesterday, and then it pulled back a little bit. So now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily chart is at 19,334. It has fallen about 1.11% on the day. It did obviously reach a high today of 19,702, and then it has fallen down from there. Looking at the RSI on Bitcoin right now, we can see that the price is right now a little bit lower than we were before, at around the same spot on the RSI at 47, which was back only on Thursday the 13th of October. So about 5 days away or so from that. Price is a little bit lower with the RSI being the same. And we're seeing the same kind of thing here on the 1-hour chart. If we look at it here, we can see that the RSI is at 45 right now, went up a little bit. Last time we were close to that was up in this range here, which was at 19,400. We're about $50 or $70 short of that right now. So it's looking like it's turning a little bit bearish right now. But if we look back far enough to here where we had our valley, we look at the peaks and the valleys. The valley was at 33. Last time we were right around this range. Price was much lower at 19,000. So I'm a little bit in no man's land right now as far as which direction Bitcoin's going to go. On the very, very short time frame, it looks like it's turning bearish. On the longer time frame in the 1-hour chart, it's looking a little bit more bullish. So we'll see if we get any clarification going into the overnight hours and then tomorrow, and then we'll see how things progress from there. Ethereum is at 1,314. It is down 1.3% as well. Looking at the RSI here right now, it is at 48. Last time we were back in this territory, we were right there. Price was obviously much higher at 13,023. So not too much higher, $10 higher, but still obviously showing a downtrend on the price while RSI has been the same. So it looks like we had a little bit of a reversal happen here within the last 10 to 12 hours where Bitcoin has turned from a little bit more bullish to a little bit more bearish, it looks like. All right, let's take a look at the miners here really quick as well, see how they did today. Annie was up 2.43% to 39 cents, almost 40 cents. Argo was up 2.91% to 17 cents. Bit Digital was down 1.89% to $1.04. Bitfarms was down 3.7% to 96 cents. CleanSpark was down 2.56% to $3.04. Cores was down 9.57% to $1.04. They were down quite a bit. Along with DigiHost was down 7.02% to 62 cents. DMG was down 2.2 to 16, almost 17 cents. Greenidge was down 1.75% to $1.12. Hive was down 3.32% to $3.20. Hut was down 3.63% to $1.86. Iris Energy was down 3.91% to $3.44. Luxfolio was actually up 0.81% to 6 cents. Marathon was down 2.65% to $11.38. And Mawson was down, they were actually up 0.91% to 39 cents, almost 40 cents. Riot was down 2.81% to $5.87. Soluna was up 2.69% to $1.91, and Stronghold was down 5.97% to 97, almost 98 cents, it looks like, on that one. So those are the miners. Obviously, mixed bag here on them. Most of them were down, some of them were up. Looks like some of them are starting to bounce off their bottoms here a little bit. So that is it. We'll see how the week continues on. Obviously, we're only on Tuesday, so we still have a long ways to go. And let's take a look at the network hash rate. So we take a look at this every day just to see where things are going, and we are looking like we're kind of starting to peak back up a little bit here. We are at 265 million terahashes right now. Obviously, Bitcoin price has been coming down. So if history repeats itself, anytime we've had obviously hash rate going up, price of Bitcoin going down, we have a reversal, and we'll probably have that within the next year or so. once we get closer to the halving event. Okay, so those are all the metrics, or not the metrics, the pricing. Let's take a look at Mawson here really quick, and we'll call it a day. It's going to be a pretty light one. So Mawson Infrastructure Group, Inc. announces September 2022 operational update. Here are the highlights from it. So September Bitcoin self-mining energy market program and housing co-location update. So equivalent total Bitcoin production was 203. They're including their savings from the energy for curtailment. So equivalent BTC production for energy market program was 101 based on average Bitcoin price of 19,805 for September. They self-mined Bitcoin produced 102. Self-mining installed capacity was 1.7 exahash. So they're pretty much stuck there since, when was that? July update. July they went to 1.7 and they were at 1.7 in August, now in September as well. Year-to-date self-mined 1,231 Bitcoin. Energy market program revenue approximately 2 million. So this is almost, we'll take a look at the numbers that I have for them, but it looks like this is almost a wash for them as far as it's basically 100% profit for them on the Bitcoin that they did mine. We're pretty close to it as far as energy is concerned. Hosting, colocation installed capacity of 2 exahash. That obviously brings them to 3.7 exahash total. And then it's right here. Total installed capacity across self-mining and hosting is 3.7. And then obviously we've covered plenty of this. Sale of Georgia assets to CleanSpark, obviously. That has gone through now. So they are saying that this will possibly, the company expects the Georgia sale will have a positive impact on earnings with a preliminary unaudited profit on sale of approximately 18 million expected in the fourth quarter of 2022. So their numbers will look a little bit better there, obviously in Q4. Post-Georgia sale expansion and strategy updates. So here's what they're planning on doing. As a result of the sale of certain assets at the Sandersville, Georgia facility to CleanSpark, the company intends to focus on the following activities in the fourth quarter of 2022. Number one is obviously reduction of debt via utilizing a portion of the proceeds from the sale of the Georgia facility. So that's obviously great to hear. Relocation of ASIC servers from Georgia to Pennsylvania. I think they have like 90 days to get those moved out. Continue the expansion and development of both the company's Pennsylvania facilities, Midland, 100 megawatts, and Sharon, 120 megawatts. So that's good to hear also. And they are looking to secure additional large-scale site for long-term digital infrastructure capacity. So they are planning on growing. That's obviously a very good plus there. And explore opportunities to expand digital mining business. So they are going to be looking obviously at possibly some miners that are in the market. They're pretty cheap right now. It might not be a bad time to buy, like I keep saying. And they're going to develop strategic partnerships and relationships with customers and communities. So that is all good to go. And let's see here. The group's residual infrastructure portfolio of 350 megawatts is capable of accommodating up to 12 exahash of miners, which is great, which ensures Mawson continues to have substantial expansion capacity for 2023. Their focus is on their facilities with close geographic proximity allows us to ensure maximum operational efficiencies moving forward, said James Manning, CEO, which is obviously good. And then after the sale of Georgia facility, Mawson expects to have self-mining and hosting co-location installed capacity of 4.5 exahash by Q1 2023 and 8 exahash by Q4. I'd be interested to know what the breakup is on that as far as self-mining and their co-location/hosting part of it. So that is the update right there. Obviously, good to hear that they are going to be growing forward. Obviously, the bad part is they didn't grow in the last 2 months. So let's take the numbers that we do have on them, and we'll call it a day. So Mawson, it's about 81.4 million shares outstanding. Stock price is at 40 cents right now. Market cap is at 32.5 million. Way undervalued in my opinion. And let me see, 52-week high has been $15.60, so they're way off from that. 52-week low has been 37 cents for them. Current hash rate, 1.7 exahash. Future hash rate is about 3 exahash for them right now. They are about 56.9, almost 57% operational. Hash rate percentage growth left is about 75%. And they are averaging 94 terahashes for all their miners right now. They don't have a HODL position. They keep selling what they do mine. And here's what we have as far as production for them. So they mined 102 BTC here in September, 90 in August, 90 in July, 127 in June, 185 in May, April was 171, March was 170, February was 152, and June was 140. So they've obviously done a lot of curtailment here in the summer months, especially, and then even into September here. I'm hoping that in October, November, that should slow down as far as their curtailment goes, and they can actually mine more. But then they're also going to be paying more for electricity. So it's kind of one of those things where it's a teeter-totter, which makes more sense for them to do, whether it's to mine more or to do like a half and half and possibly get 100% profit from electricity side of things on their mining. Because you can see here that they generated about $2 million in revenue from their 102 Bitcoins mined, and they got $2 million in basically, I think they're getting credits, or if they're actually getting paid out for it. Well, that basically adds to that as well. It basically makes this free Bitcoin that they mined, makes them very profitable that way. Efficiency is about 0.059 BTC, so that's 59 BTC per exahash. I'm calculating here BTC per petahash, so that's why we have that. We just multiply that or move the decimal over 3 spaces to get what they actually mine in exahash. And let me see, there was an increase of 12 BTC from last month, which is a 13% increase. And obviously we know that they have been selling everything, so we don't have to worry about that. Going down here, as far as miners, nothing has changed on the miners side for them. Everything is the same in September. We did have them only mining for about 15 days, so about half the month to get to that $2,020,000 roughly. I have it at $2,049,000, a little bit higher, based on the Bitcoin average price for the month of September. Institution-wise, stayed the same pretty much. We still have 35 institutions. Shares did go down a little bit to 6.8 million from 6.9, almost 7 million. Percentage owned went down a little bit to 8.41 from 8.61 here in September. Now we're obviously looking at the data from October. We still have one buy rating for them, and the price targets stay the same at $3 across the board for the high, average, and low. And that is the institution side of things. Now, as far as quarterly revenue, they've obviously gotten beaten down here quite a bit, but I think it's going to be offset, obviously, by their curtailment and electricity revenue that they're generating or credits. That's going to help them look a little bit better as far as profitability is concerned. But we'll see once we get the data for Q3. Q1, they were at 19.4 million. Q2, they were at 16.2 million. Right now, I'm looking like they're going to be possibly at around 6 million, depending how they put it on their books that they either had credits or made money from energy curtailment. That might obviously offset this number here. If they add it to as a revenue stream, that's possibly going to go up another, possibly, I'm guessing, maybe another 6 million or so, based on where electricity prices are and what they reported here, obviously, for this month and last month as well. So that might add another 6 million, so that'd be around 11 million in revenue if they account it that way. I just don't know. So that is what we're looking at right now. So current quarter is about 6 million. Last 3 quarters is about 55 million. Combined total of 61 million. And then we're using 50% net income from gross revenue, which is obviously 30 million. But seeing how they've been doing a lot of curtailment, I think we possibly could be looking at the 75% net income from gross revenue. We'll have to obviously see how that plays out, at least in these months here. So it's a little trickier. But I would think somewhere between 75 and 50 would be fair. So at PE of 20, we're looking at $7.51. I think where a fair value would be for them. And then 75% net income from gross revenue would be $11.27. Also, so somewhere between these two marks, I think we're good to go once Bitcoin starts going back up. This is kind of where I would look to see them go up in value once Bitcoin starts going back up to 50, 60, 70,000 and beyond. If it goes beyond 69,000 or 70,000, obviously these numbers are going to be also improving as their mining efficiency and revenue is going to be going up here. That's going to help drive these numbers up higher possibly. All right. So that is it. That is just a quick update. Also, I am still waiting on Soluna here. Soluna is the last one to provide their production update for September. That should be out, I'm hoping, within the next couple of days to a week. They're usually around like the 20th of each month. So we'll see when that comes in. If it doesn't come in by, I don't know, maybe by the end of this week, I'm going to end up doing the grades on the miners for the month of September and year to date. And then we'll go through that number, obviously, here in a video that just basically rates them miners from best performing to worst performing, basically, on a monthly and yearly time frame, along with their current ratio, debt to equity ratio, as well as in there. So that's going to get updated when they provide their Q3 numbers later on, probably next month sometime. So that'll get a little bit more interesting there. We'll get a little bit more updates. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. The spreadsheet is always available to my Patreon members. Thank you to everyone there for their continued support. Love you all for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.